Uncle Joey here. Was a great week. I'm looking forward to this week. Thank you. I had a good time on Are You Garbage last week, and also on Barstool Sports. The Irish brothers are fucking tremendous. You know, it was funny when I walked in there, I didn't even know they had the studio turned on.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
I just sat down and started bullshitting with them and started yelling and screaming. And next thing you know, I'm like, yeah, I didn't fucking know. The next thing you know, I gotta pee. And he's like, and then we're gonna start it. He goes, we started this motherfucker already. So, if I offended anybody or anything, I don't know. When I walked in there, I was stoned as fucking hell. I had just landed in New York City with the ferry, like one of those pilgrims. And I went over to the side. The Uber was taking too fucking late. And I went over to the side and I burnt one of these fucking tremendous ash hole joints with the fucking lava in it. And my fucking eyebrow was almost on fire. It was tremendous. I got my little taxi cab and I walked into that fucking Barstool Sports. An amazing place, great network, great people. Thank you, everybody. The book is doing great because of you guys. Thank you for spreading the word, and thank you for having my back. I also popped my head up on Law and Order last week. It wasn't the role you guys wanted to see me in, but hey, sometimes life mimics art. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes art mimics life. I was a fucking baker. That's what I went to prison for. Remember when I went to prison, I became a baker. This time, I didn't even blow up the fucking cannolis. Listen, it was people gave me shit. Like they were like, Joey, you were in and out. It was a little scene. Do you think I give a fuck? You know, like people like, why did you take that role? It was so small. It's like, guys, there's no role that's too small. There's no small roles. There's only small actors. Somebody told me that one time when I booked the scene with one fucking line. I went in there and turned it into 5. So you never know. But listen, man, I like action. You know, you can only sit here so fucking much. I knew there was going to be a fucking writer's strike. And for you guys who don't know what's going on, there's just a writer's strike with the Writers Guild of America. They're striking over, you know, streaming, which has been a fucking problem since it got out. Few people don't know, listen, it's not just, can you imagine? You work all your life, you create a show, you get the show made, and you get no answers. It's like I tell people all the time. And I hope, and I hope you're not mad at me. A lot of people are like, hey, when is the book signing? I have no fucking idea. They don't tell you nothing. Hey, when is your episode of Law and Order coming out? I don't fucking know. They don't tell you nothing. I didn't know the episode came out till it was after it was on. People, my sister-in-law hit me up to say, I just saw you on Law and Order. And I go, really? They already played that fucking episode?
I thought it was coming out.
Yeah, I thought it was coming out in 3 or 4 fucking weeks. So that's, you know, they don't tell you nothing, guys. How many times do I have to tell you? You think they're nice people and they tell you, oh, the movie's coming out here, and they don't tell you nothing. That's why I don't ask. When I go on a set, that's why I don't ask. I don't say a dick. I worry about what I'm doing. Everybody's worried about when it's coming out. I'm worried about the job and why I'm fucking there. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem. I don't ask stupid fucking questions. It's like when I was writing the book, do you know what the cover's going to be? Do you know what your asshole's going to look like when you're 60? Not really. So what are you bothering me for about the cover? We haven't even started writing the fucking book, and they already wanted a fucking cover. So everybody always puts the fucking whatever, the horse before the egg. I don't know what the expression is. I don't fucking know. But it's like, what the fuck, guys? Nobody tells you shit. Okay? Nobody tells you shit. I'm doing some TV thing to promote the book. I'll tell you when it comes closer. But guess who got it for me? You think the publicity guy got it for me? No. Dino from Uncle Vinny's got it for me. Got me something that we've been calling back and forth. Dino made one call, and there I am on the 24th showing up. So guys, please, you have no idea about this fucking world. It's like I have a friend of mine that tortures me constantly about, I need a headshot for a friend of mine. Bitch, there's no more headshots. Well, how come everybody else has headshots? And I have to explain to him that this world became digital. So the biggest fucking failure I ever saw in my life, guys, was the photography business in LA. You guys got to remember, when I got to LA, you went to a photographer. He charged you $200 for 4 reels of shooting, 36 in a reel, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on this. Then you pay him a deuce, Okay? Let me tell you how long. For you motherfuckers are like, oh my God, I can't wait to get headshots. Get ready for this. And they're tough if you're an asshole. Can you imagine if you're a fucking sheep? Because this is the process. You have to take the picture, then he calls you, and he gives you a contact sheet with all your fucking sheets. Now, if you're a sheep, you take that and take it to your manager and your agent, and they look at it with a lens with you, and then you pick a headshot with them, and they'll confuse you even more than when you're confused. They'll just tell you, we don't like this one. How come you didn't have a shovel in this one? How come you weren't by the bar? And you're like, shut the fuck up. You weren't fucking there. And then after that's all said and done, you have to circle the shots, send them back to the photographer. Then he blows it up to you, one size. That's his job. He charges you 20 a piece. So between the agent and the manager, the agent likes 3, the other guy wants 2, and the other jerk off wants 3, the commercial agent. So right there, that's what? That's fucking 140 in fucking headshot from the photographer. And then after you get those 7 headshots, you got to make 300 copies of each for $99. Okay? Yourself. Nobody gives you a dime. No, these guys that go out there like, this is why. And then after you get that headshot, you got to pay Actors Access $60 to put your headshot on so you can get auditions. You got to pay commercial agents another 100 and something just to put your picture on there so agents could see it. And there is the evolution of a fucking headshot. So before you even get an acting role, you should be down $600, $800 if you're a fucking moron. Uncle Joey did it my way. I got some guy to take a picture of me from fucking the bar, from the Comedy Store. The piano guy at the time, not the guy who died, God passed his soul, God rest his soul, but some other Spanish guy that was on there on off nights. I had him, he's like, I do headshots for like $25. Done. He took a picture of me. It's still in the hallway at the Comedy Store with the glasses. Yeah. That's the worst headshot in the world, but guess what? I took it. He made me a copy. No $20. I didn't take it to my agent to get their fucking opinion. Didn't need their fucking opinion because what do they know? What do they know? So from there, I took it to the headshot place, and I used to go to a different one, a Chinese guy. He was tremendous. There was a guy, an old guy that had a Chinese girlfriend, and he died, a fat guy. But then there was a guy in the corner behind Hoy's Walk, and that motherfucker was my buddy, and he would make me 100 headshots and 100 business cards for $99. I still got that. Well, they evolved. I don't have any more with the fucking glasses on and shit. But so I started going to him. And that went on for like 5 or 6 years. And then about 15 years ago, because this is the science. The science is this. They're sending you out on auditions. So every month, what you do is every 3 weeks, I would go to the agent's office and stock the headshots myself. So they would remember who I am, and they would see me and see how I change over the month. These are strategies that nobody does, guys. Just your Uncle Joey back in the day. I would go to my commercial agent once every 3 weeks, and I would go to my theatrical agent. And before you bring them shots, you have to go to Charlie Chan Printing and make 100 resumes, cut them to 8x10 by yourself, and then staple them to the back of the fucking headshot. So don't tell me we don't fucking work, cocksuckers. And you do this all yourself. Because if you're stapling headshots, you got no assistant. I never had no fucking assistant. And then you got to buy the yellow envelopes, and guess what? You got to put your Reeboks on or whatever the fuck you're wearing and get to walking because you got to go drop those off in mailboxes. But then they stopped using headshots. I'll never forget, about 7 years ago, I was talking to some girl and she goes, my mother, let's do the headshots. First of all, I'm not a good looking dude.